Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty above the fruited plain.
No. Just no.
Stop. What are you talking about?
I'm hearing two different
What's going
pitches.
on?
Scott, you're singing some pitch. Angelo, you're singing some pitch. Timing's bad. It's just
Pitch, that's all you need.
But it's
What are you talking about?
patriotic.
it doesn't matter if
America,
it's patriotic.
the beautiful.
That's like people wrecking the Star-Spangled Banner. Just stop.
What do you mean? What pitch was I at? What were the differences?
Yeah, what was the pitch?
What was the pitch?
You're supposed to be singing B flat.
What was I singing?
I don't know. Maybe B
F
flat
flat?
and
Was I
moving into A and B and
Oh, God.
Angelo,
And what was
I'm
I
not even going to
singing?
get started on you because you go higher and then you just take off into your own little land.
You're doing like A sharp.
I
I
see.
think Angelo brought me down. I think that's
That's
the problem.
what it is. That's what
That's
it is.
the
I'm
problem.
holding Scott back.
Well, whatever it is, it's worth every penny. Now all you need
and look at that. You don't even have to pay for it.
free
you get it
entertainment,
for
ladies
free.
and gentlemen. Have Scott and Angelo sing duets together all the time.
Let's do it. Let's
do it.
Please don't do Colors of the Wind. Then
Can you
paint
with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Have you ever
all right.
to the
Let's get into some
blue
real things
colors.
here.
Yay.
So, as you probably figured out yet, Garrett and Chris aren't here.
They're not here.
Lame.
And that's because
we read your fan mail. We listened. They're
and
not
that's
here.
because this is a P3E extra. We're just doing a little mini-sode, I guess you could say.
Yep.
Getting us through the week.
A mini as in it's 5 minutes long. All right, we'll see you next week, folks. That's
All
it. Bringing
right.
it to a close.
That's
Good night.
No.
Nah.
So, we're going to start by talking about the Oscars. Which
The Oscars.
The Oscars were what, last Sunday? That
They were
just
last
passed?
Sunday.
They were. And
Seth MacFarlane
Seth
hosted.
MacFarlane,
I
yes.
thought he did really good.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was funny.
he was hilarious. Better than I expected.
Yep. A lot of people thought he was really sexist. I liked the boob song at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, Boob Song was great. And
like the
he
Boob
did
song.
that as an example of a horrible thing to do. So you got to
Right.
remember that. Like, it was within
Exactly.
a bit. So I think that gives him
And
some
that was really
for
funny.
doing it.
I thought
What about that Adele?
Adele, oh, she sang a beautiful rendition of Skyfall.
sang Skyfall. She won.
She won.
Over Les Mis, that whore. I'm kidding.
Well, Scott really
I'm
likes
glad
Les Mis,
Adele
so.
won.
I think it was a good song.
It was a good song. It was a good song. The Les Mis performance was amazing. They had like the entire cast
yeah,
on
that was
stage.
great.
That was great. Anne Hathaway won.
Anne
thank
Hathaway
God.
is incredible.
She is amazing.
she is.
You know, I read an article on HuffPost yesterday, and it was titled "Why People Hate Anne Hathaway," and it was an article all about talking about the reasoning behind why people hate Anne Hathaway. I didn't know hating Anne Hathaway was even a thing that people
Apparently
did.
it is. Like, a lot of people don't like her for some reason.
That's to say, this HuffPost article is relating it to the economy.
What?
They were saying that.
Well, it's
like,
also the HuffPost.
They were saying
so.
that successful stars or something like that, like stars with skinny, like thin, bonier faces, do worse in like times of economic hardship. They're like,
I think it might
was
be
the
just some people don't prefer her movies.
It was
maybe.
the craziest article I've ever
I
read.
don't know if that's a thing.
But
So-
lots of people won. Ben Affleck got snubbed. Wreck-It Ralph got snubbed.
Yes. Oh, and I was surprised Jennifer Lawrence won.
Very
for Best Lead
surprised.
Actress. I thought it was going to be the lady from Zero Dark 30, just from the clip. Like the clip they showed, because I haven't actually
Seriously.
seen the film, was very emotional. Like, you could see that vein in her neck.
Definitely. And Zero Dark 30 didn't win any of the other
didn't
big
win.
ones, I don't think.
Didn't really win a lot of shit.
Yeah, I mean, basically they gave one huge award to every single movie, and Zero Dark 30 pretty much lost out on that.
That was kind of
It was a lot.
But Django, we all knew Django was going to win
Django's
Best Original
just-
Screenplay.
And Christoph Waltz.
Yes, Christoph Waltz, great
Did
great
anybody
actor.
see how Channing Tatum was dressed?
Yes,
I
he had
did
the
see that.
tuxedo on. He was very
Oh, those
spiffy.
dance numbers in the beginning. I did not like that. That
You
was
didn't
one
like
part of
that?
the hosting
He
that I didn't
danced
like.
better in Magic Mike.
He
Yeah.
did dance better. Like, when the dancing happened, it was all serious. None of it was funny. I was like, when is this going to turn into a Magic Mike strip scene? And then it was just serious all the
Well,
way.
that was supposed to be like the serious part. Like
I know,
he was
but,
trying to
like,
avoid the horrible future.
I want all of it to be funny. I don't want any seriousness in an opening bit.
I did like when he got the gay men's chorus on that. Oh wait, but that's for the boobs.
That was the
thing.
boob song.
That was and that was great. He got, and it's like I was only accompanying them, and it's like, oh,
Right.
don't worry, you joined the chorus in 2015. That was good.
That was
and
good.
the sock puppet rendition of Flight.
Oh my god, that was so
Oh my God.
hilarious. That was so hilarious.
His eyes were all big. They're like ping pong balls.
And that was what
Oh,
tell him about
that's
the
too good.
Lightstruck thing.
Oh, okay, so UMBC has a film festival every year called Lightstruck, and we usually do like fake trailers and bumpers between the films. And we actually had the idea to do someone warning, like someone from the future warning that the event was going to be bad, which is what they
Yep.
did with William Shatner.
Oscar stole that from
and
you.
then we also were going to do a sock puppet rendition of Avatar, and they did the Flight one. So it was
They
like,
did the sock
they
rendition of
took
Flight.
both of our ideas.
Both bits. Either one of the filmmakers in the UMBC club works for the Oscars.
Yes.
Or they have spies everywhere.
Or yeah, that's what it is. They just find the best ideas. And
They're just writing down all these bits, and then they bring them to Seth MacFarlane, and he's like, yes. This is why I make the money.
that's what it is.
Because I've hired ninjas.
He does that for Family Guy too.
Exactly.
That's why it seems like a lot like The Simpsons sometimes.
That's why I relate so much to it, because it's all
Yes.
our jokes.
Exactly. There it is.
Oh, did you guys check out So God Made a Podcaster? Re-released So God Made a Podcaster.
Oh yes,
it out.
that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take.
It took
How long
us
did it take you guys to do that? I know you were working a long time.
like 2 or 3 weeks, which was partially due to some procrastination.
Yeah, 13 took us less time.
Yeah, which just shows you. But
Also-
it looks a lot better.
It looks
Like-
a lot better. It sounds a lot better.
Sounds a lot better.
Thanks to Sander.
Yes, Sander Liebau really
Liebowitz.
stepped in.
Thank you.
He did. He got us access to the UMBC recording studio, and it was good. It
So
sounds
professional.
really good.
It was about 10,000 times more professional than 13.
Yes.
13, we
13.
hit a record button on like a small video camera. We were like, okay, now say this, say this, say this. We'll edit it together. And this,
Yeah.
we were in like a legit sound studio with
Oh,
microphones
it was crazy.
and
You should
shit.
have saw Scott. He was like freaked out because he had to go in the room
I was
by himself,
freaked
the
out.
soundproof room.
This is claustrophobic in there. It's tight space.
Is
Yeah.
it like a soundproof room?
I was
with,
gonna
like,
have
the
a
padding
seizure.
that's 10
Yeah,
inches
so
Exactly,
there's no
exactly.
reverb either, so it's like feels very
like the funny
constrained.
farm.
There's nothing going on in that room.
So I'm reading this article on HuffPost
Uh-oh.
actually that
Which one? The Anne Hathaway one?
No, actually, John Bonner compares tax proposals of the White House to stealing from Americans.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Taxes
God.
from the White House is stealing from Americans?
No, like Obama raising taxes is just stealing. Period.
Wait, this is a Republican against...
Who's John Bonham?
I don't know.
No,
some
Boehner.
Republican-
Are you talking about
John,
Boehner?
Joe
Boehner,
Boehner.
yeah.
Oh, you
John
said
Boehner
John
from-
Bonham. He's a
John Bottom.
John Bonham. No, John Bonham. He's a music person,
Yeah.
but I don't know who he is.
Well, taxes are a necessary thing.
Exactly.
They're necessary.
Robbing my paycheck.
See, this is one bad thing about the P3 Extra that we have the same opinion, so we're not going to get in a debate. See, if
That's
Garrett was
right,
here, if
because
Garrett was here, he would
Garrett is a
agree
staunch
completely.
conservative on this subject.
Oh, Garrett.
Oh, yeah, he
He believes in no government spending, no taxes. Angelo and I are
That's
big,
right.
big old liberals.
Yeah, we're bleeding hearts is the
We're
right
not
choice.
going to talk about Garrett because he just.
Taxes at 100%, that's what I say. Then everything's fair.
Fair at
everyone-
100%.
Then everyone has nothing.
Exactly, there it is.
Then we're
That's
all
all you have to do.
fucked.
And also, we're doing the rom-com on coming up, so that's
Filming
going
the
to be.
rom-com?
I mean, don't expect it to be out like
It should be
anytime
out by
soon,
spring
but-
2014.
Yeah.
That's what we're aiming for.
This is definitely the biggest production we've tackled so far, so that's why it's taking a little longer. But I think it'll be worth it. I think you guys will like it. It's pretty
And
funny.
we're going to have some mini skits for you in between.
Yes, of course. We have. I don't want to say too much about it, but we have a really interesting idea for like some very short 30-second clips.
Yes.
So.
You'll see those probably in the next
Yeah,
week or two.
those are definitely coming out, and I'm really excited about that one. I think that's going to be really good. And the rom-com, We were writing. Actually, I just love the writing experience because this is really the first time I've really
the process
done it.
is great. It's so fun
It's more fun when you're with other people because I feel like when you're just sitting at a computer trying to
by yourself, it
shoot
just doesn't
something,
work.
it just doesn't come out. But then you can bounce ideas off people.
It's Garrett, Angelo, and me in a room, and we're just like riffing. We're just doing bits basically, and then we write down whatever's funny. We usually just we have an idea for a scene, and then we try to improv the scene, and then we write down whatever's funny that comes out of that. It's great. It's a fun time.
Yeah, actually, didn't the rom-com came with? I just kind of randomly said to Garrett, I was like, I think we were talking about relationships for some reason. I was just like. Yeah. And Garrett was being all cynical, like, I don't need love or anything.
Right.
And I'm like...
Love is for weirdos.
And I'm like, Garrett, you are a rom-com character. That's basically what you are.
He's like, no, I'm not.
And then I explained it to him, and he's like, oh, I see now. And it just worked out perfectly.
But he's still not going to try to be a rom-com character in real life. He just agreed to the skit.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to play Halo 4 like a cool person.
Yes. Like Conan O'Brien.
Oh my God! Watch Conan's video game bits. If no one out there has seen them, just watch them.
Oh yeah, it was great, especially the Lara Croft one. I think that was my favorite.
Was so funny.
And he was so mad because how are you supposed to pronounce her name? It's like Laura.
I think Laura? He said Laura, but it's spelled Lara.
Lara, that's
it's
what it is.
Spelled
but
Lara.
He's like, let's be honest, it's Laura.
They should just call that game Boobs.
I know, that's what it is. It's
if it was called
the
Boobs,
game.
a lot of people would buy that, I think.
It's called Boobs. I'm looking at this little Your E-card thing.
Go ahead.
And this is a shout-out for Dalton.
Oh, this is for Dalton.
This is for Dalton. It says, it's a rough day when you realize your sarcasm and dry humor is so advanced, people just think you're an asshole.
Oh, that's definitely Dalton.
This is Dalton. Dude, that one's for you.
Wait, are you implying that Dalton's not actually an asshole? Because I disagree. I'm kidding, Dalton. Love you.
Oh, well, actually, we just recently watched Dalton's new video.
Silent
from
movie.
It's a Dalton. It was a silent movie, and I feel like Dalton is at his peak acting performance when he's not talking at all.
Couple criticism: mustache too real for me.
That real?
Mustache
too
was
real.
too
it was,
real
it was
for
popping
me.
out. Was it maybe too large and confusing as well?
It was too large. It was Willem Dafoe penis level. Too large.
Oh
and
God,
confusing.
that's intense. They should have got a mustache stand-in for that.
They should have got. I liked how it was like a short bit though.
Yeah, it was
under a minute long. I thought it was funny.
And I did enjoy the performance. I thought he conveyed the right amount of emotion with
Your future's in silent movies, Dalton.
That's what we're saying.
You need to focus on. Those things that don't exist anymore. That's what you need to focus on.
Actually, Ben would actually be a good collaborator with that because he actually knows how to play the piano for silent film. Well, I mean, he can. If you play the piano, you can probably play.
You got to have a knack for playing with that stuff.
But you're good with that.
I've played silent films before. They're a whole hell of a lot of fun to play.
I can imagine. And don't you? Originally, they were done live. Do you still do it live? Like, do you do it with the movie?
Oh yeah. You can't.
Oh my God, that would be crazy.
Do you have to worry about timing?
You
like, how's the timing
movie?
work?
Well, what you do is sometimes the silent movies will come with a score, but a lot of times
you pick pieces for it, right?
You basically you can pick pieces like two of the pieces that they use are the Maple Leaf Rag and the Entertainer for some things, and maybe.
Well, I know in the horror films like Nosferatu and that they use the toccata.
The toccata fugue and D minor, depending on what you want to do. It is a lot of fun. Generally, some theater organists and silent movie pianists will watch the movie a few times, and when you're practicing, you have to play along with the movie. So you're generally sitting in the church or the auditorium you're playing it at, and just playing the movie over and over by yourself, basically until you get tired and sick and bored, and you know the whole damn thing.
I'd probably blow my brains out if I do that.
That is
Scott,
intense.
we need you around.
That's true. You need me around so I can blow my brains out in skits.
So don't play any silent films anytime soon.
I don't think the opportunity's coming my way. Trust, I've turned down a lot of silent films since I've gotten to college.
Good.
Thank God, Scott.
Every time they come my way, I turn them down.
Because we need you. That's what it comes down to.
Oh, great.
Go ahead.
Another dumb Facebook status. Gun control bill passed. Shaking my head. How much do you want to bet they're going to legalize weed next? Dumb people.
This person is against both gun control and the legalization of marijuana.
Wow.
This is not my kind of man.
Wow.
That is crazy. that is good. There's good news in that post in that the bill was passed.
If we had if every gun was replaced with a bong, think of how nice of a place this would be. Think of how great a world this would be if every gun was just suddenly replaced with a bong right now in this instant. How many soldiers would just fucking lay down on the battlefield, make desert angels or whatever the fuck.
Sand angels?
Sand angels, yeah. Think about that.
Or blood angels.
So,
Yeah.
Angelo, are you working on any movies? Like, are you writing
Am I working on
anything?
it?
What's going on with
well,
you?
Witch's Promise has been
Witch's
slated
Promise.
for now. But I am going to come back to it. I really do like the concept, and but I am thinking about doing a short experimental film about nightmares, like creating a dreamscape.
That's right.
But I haven't really done much about it. The only thing I've been thinking is I want to base it off of Maya Durbin's Meshes of the Afternoon, which Scott's seen bits and pieces of, and it's
Love it.
It's definitely a silly film in that
very silly.
there's some funny parts, but I do like how she did a lot of like special effects stuff with just like moving the camera or like it cost her only like $600 to make that movie, and it was very cheap.
Now, is your experimental film going to be you eating a cupcake while lifting weights? Is that what your experimental film is?
Maybe.
Is it going to be you in a snowsuit diving into a pool at the rack?
I don't know.
Okay.
We haven't gotten to that part yet.
Is it going to be you making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but you're spreading the peanut butter with an axe?
Oh God, that actually sounds really interesting.
I got 1 million of them.
Actually, we could do that. That could be done.
That could actually be an experimental film, and then you turn around with bug-eyed glasses.
Bug-eyed glasses.
I want to know how she made those.
In the experimental film he's talking about, there's a shot where she just fucking whips her head around. She's wearing the craziest glasses in the world out of nowhere. It's crazy.
I know. And again, when that film was shown in my 215 class, no one laughed at that. I had to control my laughter because I would have been laughing in a silent room.
I would have fucking died. I would have burst out laughing because you showed me, and then I burst out laughing at the same
Oh,
part.
exactly. It's
I would have been so
hilarious.
intimidated if everyone was taking it so seriously.
Exactly.
I'd be like,
It's crazy.
does no one see how ridiculous this is at all?
I think what it was is when they were taking it serious, everyone was just asleep. So they just didn't even know it was happening.
That happens in class. That happens. Oh my god, my economics teacher actually, the only part that was interesting is when he started to tell us about a nightmare that he had last night. Like out of fucking nowhere, he was talking about supply and demand. He was like, had a nightmare last night, and it was like I don't even know. I guess he was like thinking that we were his therapist because he started saying he was like, I was in a baseball stadium and I was running around looking for my dad because I had lost my dad in the baseball stadium. Oh my god!
Freud would have a lot to say about
It was like,
that.
Jesus, you got some issues you got to work out, bro.
That sounds hilarious.
It's like
Was
no
that
one knew what to say. Everyone was like, "What do we do?"
Was that the same one that was teaching you iMovie and actually ended
that
up?
was my media teacher.
Oh
my media
God.
teacher.
Dalton posted,
What'd he
there's
post?
your damn shake video.
Oh, did he make a Harlem Shake
Did Dalton
video?
make a
I
Harlem
think we
Shake
need
video?
to watch this.
Hold on, pause the podcast for a second.
Okay, we'll be back. Our reactions to
Fuck you,
Wow,
Dalton.
Dalton.
Sell out.
Sellout.
I cannot believe you did a Harlem Shake video.
I know.
It was
So-
actually, it was kind of funny, I
Look
guess.
at your face, Scott.
It was
You-
kind of funny. No one's getting the benefit of the face I'm doing, but no, it was funny.
Yeah,
He
it
walks
was
away in
sensational.
lonely sadness, as Dalton is one to do.
That is a lot of the themes of his video.
Classic
my.
Dalton being sad. No mustache in this one.
No,
he
no
took
mustache.
the advice that I gave 10 minutes ago.
Even though he hasn't heard it yet.
Exactly.
He just knew.
We're on the same wavelength.
That's what
So
it is.
does anybody have any nutty plans for the weekend? Getting drunk,
That
high,
is so
fucking the
good.
chicks?
God, no.
Not at all.
None of those things.
Not at all.
Are we all that lame?
Yes.
With that lame. Well, you guys, fucking chicks is never an option for you two.
That's true.
So really.
That's true.
Ugh. Sorry, guys.
We should do a shout out for someone. Another one.
We already
Who?
gave Dalton a shout out.
Well, we have a COB right now.
COB!
Oh, that's right. Our number one fan.
Number one fan!
Joe.
This one's for you, bud.
This is dedicated to Joe.
Yes, we love Joe.
I want you to
He's-
blow up that comment section, Joe.
He
Yes,
is our
he's-
creepy
Blow
old
it
bastard.
up.
He's definitely our guy. Like, we saw him, we ate dinner with him, and it was just great.
Joe's cool.
We love reading your comments. Joe,
Yes,
Absolutely.
we do.
So
We
please
love it.
keep commenting, Joe. We love any comments in general. So please, if you're listening to this podcast, comment on it.
Yes, even if you're saying this is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Exactly, because we love reading comments, no matter what it is.
So we will see you guys next week with a full episode of P3E, and I hope you enjoyed our little side extra. And
You're welcome.
We're out.
Also, comment on the show if you think it's for fags,
Yes.
because that fuels us.
Yes. Give it, and only if it has 10 views, don't watch it.
Yes.
Because that's enough. All right, and we'll see you next week. We're out.